Thanks a lot for checking out another episode of our series, You Gotta Hear This. Coming up in this episode of You Gotta Hear This, we talk with Gretsch Lyles of the Modern Eldorados about his fans, which really are more friend than fan.
Fan didn't really suit us. It seemed like we had supporters and people that supported the group.
And later,
ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the stage Gretsch Lyles and the Modern Eldorados!
We revisit the Modern Eldorados performance of Everybody's Girlfriend at Bands on the Beach last year, Pensacola Beach. That's all coming your way next on You Gotta Hear This. Coming up in this episode of You Gotta Hear This, we head back to Pensacola to catch up with Gretsch Lyles and the Modern Eldorados at Calvert. And later, we revisit the Modern Eldorados performance of Everybody's Girlfriend at Bands on the Beach last year, Pensacola Beach.
Everybody's girlfriend's out here with me tonight.
We've been watching Gretsch play live for at least 3 decades now. The first time we saw him play was at a little college bar out by University of South Alabama in West Mobile.
Wise men say only through.
His name back then was Gretsch Cat, and he had actually legally changed his name to that back in the day. Now he's known as Gretsch Lyles, and his band is the Modern Eldorados. All right, first of all, Gretsch, man, thanks a lot for hanging out with me tonight. Hope you're doing well.
I'm trying my best.
First things first, I saw you parking a Subaru in between a Jeep and a gigantic pickup truck. And how did you learn that art form?
I learned how to park a car that way because my dad raced cars and boats when I was growing up. And when I was 9, 10, 11 years old, I was in charge of backing a boat trailer down into the water for a race boat. Well, and also too, from riding a motorcycle, I learned how to walk a motorcycle into a tight spot.
Right. I noticed that you have a lot of interaction with your fans.
We're proud of you. We're on your side. This is going to be a throwdown.
I thought about it the next day, and I was like, oh my God,
How important are your fans to you?
Well, with the people that support the shows, I never really thought of them as fans. I always thought as people that supported the group. For our band, it seemed like the term fan didn't really suit us. It seemed like we had supporters and people that supported the group. And I never could really bring myself to think of them as fans because I didn't like that distance, and also didn't like thinking I was that far above them. I wanted to remain human and not have that sense of being unapproachable. That when people start speaking about their fans, sometimes I perceive that there's an arrogance to it. Like they look at these people like they worship them, and I didn't like that. I just felt like anybody that supported our band, I should treat them on a friendly level.
Yeah, but I noticed that it's almost like when you interact with your fans, your supporters, it's like you're really just neighborhood buds who've lived together for 10 years or something, or 15 years.
Way louder than you can.
I shouldn't have done that to him, but
No, you should have.
he deserved it. That's what I thought. Well, you got to think that it's a pretty human thing for a band like ours. We were never a famous band, and that was never the goal or the desire. I was trying to give people back music that belonged to them, an American form of music, and I enjoyed when people would want to tell me that what a good time that they had, and that it meant a lot. It was sentimental to me, and I couldn't separate being sentimental and brushing that off as if it was just another compliment, or I didn't like that. It always meant a lot to me when somebody took the time to want to tell me that that it made them feel good, or it made them think about a relative or a good time in their life. It was always important to me. So I didn't want to, we didn't need fans. We just needed people to support us.
Check 1, 2. 1, 2.
Kick drum. Can you start it from 0?
Gretsch Lyles and the Modern Eldorados are one of the hardest working bands in our area. They play gigs from New Orleans to Jacksonville and as far north as the Carolinas. In their 30 plus years of playing, Gretsch says they've played at least 6,000 shows and venues. Coming up next on You Gotta Hear This.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the stage Gretsch Lyles and the Modern Eldorados!
We revisit the Modern Eldorados performance of Everybody's Girlfriend at Bands on the Beach last year at Pensacola Beach. Stay close.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome to the stage Gretsch Lyles and the Modern Eldorados!
Everybody's girlfriend's out here with me tonight, and it makes me so proud, floating like an angel through the smoking ballroom light. And the music's so loud, you would never know it by the way things seem, but the girl says that her only love is me. I shouldn't worry when she's flirting with strangers, but I'm not blind. Somebody should have warned me just how hard it would be loving everybody's girlfriend, all the aggravation that it's been causing me. Got me going off the deep end. I'm sure you can imagine how it makes me feel when I know that she's giving other boys a thrill. She says there ain't nothing to the things that you're hearing, with a rhyme called smile. She's my baby, but she's everybody's girlfriend. She's my baby, but she's everybody's girlfriend. She's my baby, but she's everybody's girlfriend. Funny what a man can convince himself to be. When he thinks he loves a woman, I'm all she ever wanted, everything she'll ever need. At least that's what she told me. Tonight I'm taking everybody's girlfriend home. I pray by the time I get her back there, I won't be thinking about all the other lips she's been kissing tonight. My baby, but she's everybody's girlfriend. She's my baby, but she's everybody's girlfriend. She's my baby, but she's everybody's girlfriend. She's my baby, but she's everybody's girlfriend. My baby, but she's everybody's girlfriend. My baby, but she's everybody's girlfriend.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of You Gotta Hear This with Gretsch Lyles and the Modern Eldorados. We've put out quite a few videos over the last couple of months, and it is time for us to take our spring break. When we come back in a few weeks, You Gotta Hear This travels to Foley, Alabama for the Balloon Fest. Should be some awesome video. Be sure to check it out, and thanks so much for watching You Gotta Hear This, brought to you by Pipeline TV and Element Media Content Creation. Have a good day.